pink, pink,
Pink.
pink, 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 banana.
Huh?
Pink, 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 banana. Pink, 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 banana. Pink, 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 pink,
Banana?
pink, 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 pink,
Banana.
pink, 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 banana.
Kelly.
Pink, 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 banana.
Hector.
Pink, 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 banana.
We should do like round. Returning on the ring light. Oh,
Oh,
snap.
that was dope, actually.
Ooh, we don't know our own power. That's intense.
I know, wow.
Mm-mm. No.
You gotta harness that inner. Where do you think you hold your power? If you were to hold your power, where in your body would you hold it?
Damn.
Right? It's hot.
It is. I don't know. I haven't thought about that. What the fuck? I don't know. My inner.
Yeah, like
Just
where
the whole
is.
thing, the whole soul situation.
I feel like it's like definitely just.
Yeah.
I feel like it's centered in my baby maker. Like my, but then it's like something that shifts between right where my soul would be. And I feel like my soul is kind of like tied between my spine and almost like
Yeah,
heart,
I-
right? So it's kind of like something that just.
Yeah.
I picture just these two huge light forces going, and I'm just this being of light that's like.
So it's October.
It's October.
And we are in the mood for spooky season.
Absolutely. Mhm.
So yeah, that's why we've done this whole production, of course.
We like to go extra, and in our
Happy
defense,
Halloween.
we could have gone way more extra. Hector,
Yeah, but
I'm loving your look.
we are
I'm
in
loving.
Yeah, thank you. Yours is good too.
Yeah, right?
October.
October,
And-
those fall mornings.
Yes.
Although it's more like fall afternoon, but I'm here with my coffee, so it feels like fall.
Right. And we have some good Halloween stuff coming
I'm excited, yeah.
on the YouTube.
She stays excited.
Yes. So
Oh yeah,
stay
some
tuned.
fun videos.
Yeah, stay tuned for the YouTube. On the YouTube, the Big Banana, subscribe.
We're definitely getting up to some stuff.
It's gonna be Halloween, it's gonna be spooky, it's gonna be very spooky season.
Right.
So brings us today
Uh-huh.
to the first spooky season episode, which is Kelly. Let's start with I feel like it's a question a lot of people make.
Pause. I am sweating. Hold on. Feel disheveled, like disheveled.
Wait, now I don't know.
What was the last time we said?
The first episode of spooky season.
Oh.
Which is
And I touched it.
it's a question that I feel like a lot of people make, or like, yeah, I feel like, do you believe in ghosts?
Do you
We
believe
say
in
ghosts,
it?
but
Ghosts, spirits. Oof, it's hard. I need to,
oh yeah, I'm gonna take this off as well.
This was a good idea in
I'm gonna
theory,
air out.
but the girls are hot. The girls are hot.
Huh?
I was all like, ooh, it's a nice fall morning, afternoon. That lasted about 2 seconds, and she thought, do I believe? Am I down? Ghosts, spirits, anything kind of, yes, I do. I get scared. I be praying to things I didn't even know I believed in.
What?
I believe, I think, on many levels. I'm also a little bit superstitious. Like, I believe energetically, all that shit is...
Mm-hmm. For sure, me too.
Yeah. You didn't even let me ask you. I was like, for sure, me too. Like, I feel like you said it on a very you have had personal experience. He was like, for sure, me too. Do you think it's more of like a cultural thing that we believe
Honestly,
more?
I think it does play a part. I feel like.
I mean, we believe
Latin,
in shit like the
but especially-
chupacabra, so if we believe in that shit.
Yeah, but I feel like Latin culture, but specifically the Caribbean, has a lot of that in culture, no?
Right.
I feel like obviously Puerto Ricans being...
See, a lot of tales too about... Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, but I feel like obviously Puerto Ricans being mostly Christian, there's not a lot of like everywhere else around the Caribbean, donde se practica mucho a lot of santería and all that stuff, which is a lot more
Que aquí también se practica mucha
yes,
santería.
but it's usually not even. It's usually brought like it's Dominican people or like, ¿entiende?
Well, I don't know about all that, pero I do know, like, a veces en la playa, I've seen people,
I've seen some Puerto Ricans,
like,
but try to get into that, and then 2 months later, they're not even.
Well, I have friends, too, that have gotten into it, that I know who practice it, who are into it, family members, and I don't know, at this point, are we calling it a religion, or?
I'm not sure.
I studied it as a religion in my religions course in college, on some level, like, I feel like out of respect to those who practice it, it's a religion, I guess, ¿verdad? Pero
it's definitely more. It definitely has more ties to, I guess, the occult, if you want to call it that.
Pagan rituals, yeah, for sure.
Pero exacto, I feel like it's definitely a lot more embedded into this culture. Pero, for me at least, it's I feel like has to do more with the human being having some sort of developed part of the brain or whatever.
Right, like the way they say that we all have capacities. It's just who's more sensitive to be able to tap into that.
Right, and I feel like there's families where it's very common, where different generations of families have same experiences or end up developing some sort of shit. Y es bien normal. It's actually very common, I feel. It's actually very common. A lot of people dismiss it, I feel like.
Sí, como que, eso no.
No, like, or people don't really notice it también. Some people,
don't realize that it's...
Oh, that was some night terror.
Like, no, sis, you have a gift.
And I feel like apart from movies and shit, I only have that's the only, I guess, source of information I had when I was a kid about that kind of stuff. I guess no sé, because it really wasn't something that I was looking up on the internet. No, I was looking up how to do spells. I was looking up how to contact the other side. Like I'll get to that. Kind of thing, no, pero like once I started getting older, my sister started telling me some stuff. My sister started going through some stuff. Que a veces era como que, like at the moment something would happen, my mom will have to deal with it. O sea, cosas like dramatic, no? Como que,
yeah. Like,
and then at some point I didn't really understand. Oh, maybe a veces me decían que eran like some accidents or había pasado algo, but really it was just her fucking going crazy in her sleep or whatever. ¿Entiendes? Como que,
almost like a possession or something.
Not like that, but like maybe like ¿cómo se llama eso when you're when you trasciendes or whatever?
Como que you have like those out of body experiences.
Like when you see everything and you see your body sleeping.
Oh, those are the worst. Y
muchas otras cosas con a recurrent figure, and then a lot of different experiences que han sido comunes, que yo he leído por lo menos, and stuff. And then once I like, when I started, like when I was 16, I empecé como que there was definitely something in my room, that was not evil, it was not bad, nunca sentí nada, I never felt weird, it never felt weird to me, y era como que a feeling of, like someone was just there, and just I would feel stuff, or cosas así, But it wasn't a scary thing. Era como que I would be sitting in mi escritorio.
But you knew you weren't alone.
Exacto. It didn't feel threatening. Después de un tiempo, I told my mom, and she's like, no, for sure, like, that's, like, I know.
You have a visitor.
Like, she knew, like, en esa casa habían, like, energies.
Is this where you used to live?
Sí, amiga.
Oh, okay.
And she's like, but if you haven't felt scared or whatever, pues, tú simplemente pichea. Y ya. But I haven't had.
Yo perreo sola.
I haven't had evil experiences, pero I feel like.
Oh my God.
I feel like once my sister left, that's when sort of like, but because I said everything bad would happen to my sister. And listen, my mom, I've always asked her about this, but she never delves into it. I don't know how she got into the whole thing, whatever. But mi mamá like knows stuff. Like she knows stuff about like witchy stuff.
Maybe she's an espiritista.
Well, apparently, the only thing I know es que cuando eran teenagers, ella y la hermana también pasaban por cosas similares, así como mi hermana. And they would have conversations about it, and they would have conversations about it with their mother, my grandmother, and she would be like, yes, like you have family members that have like
gifts.
Definitely. But my grandmother was more about don't delve into it. Like,
right, I feel like that's always the. En mi casa siempre
mi mamá, that's what mi mamá siempre tenía algo de tú pichea. Just pichea.
Sí, no, en mi casa también, like.
Pero that's just, I've always wanted to know more because I know that there's more to it. And to say my mother also has this
I just feel
tendency of knowing when something's gonna go wrong and she doesn't sleep, that whole situation.
Sí. Yeah, like she can kind of. That feeling, that gut feeling, so, like something.
I'm kind of jealous because I feel like it's been a while.
Don't be jealous. You don't want that shit.
Pero maybe that's good. Maybe that's good. I don't know.
I feel
because at least I know I can feel stuff because I know I can definitely feel if there's a non-physical energy around. But again, I've never had a scary experience.
Well, I feel like my experiences, my encounters have always been pretty fucking scary. Like it's always been bad. There's never been like I've never had that, oh yeah, she laid her I felt hugged or no, never.
Right.
Like I remember like I remember seeing things. Like I've seen dead family members. Like I don't know if anyone believes in that, but like cosas así, I've definitely like felt shit, heard shit, pero I remember once, I was like in high school, I think. I remember my mom went on some sort of work trip, she wasn't here, and it was like a week-long torture session, right? And it all started one day, I'm in my room, I'm sitting at my closet on the floor, organizing, cleaning it out, like organizing all the shoes. Y de momento, I had this it was like a queen size bed or whatever, and it was on a metal frame. And I have my closet doors are mirrors, and as I'm cleaning, I could see through the corner of in the mirror that the corner of the bed lifts up in my room. The corner of the bed lifts up, and then the next thing I hear is bang, super loud, como que se cae contra el piso, like someone just dropped it, but not just dropped it, like threw it down to the floor. And I'm like chicken shit. Todo me asusta. I'm afraid of the dark. Como que like, I'm that kind of person. So you can imagine like all this. I was just like, my heart's racing. I'm like, yeah. And then like the next couple of nights, it was like every night it was something different. The first night, wait, think about it now when I get the heebie-jeebies. The first night it was this guy that stood at the foot of my bed, como en una chaqueta, and like this. I don't know if it was a fedora, just like a hat. Like he was like an older gentleman, but a big guy, and it's all you could see was like the outline of a dense shadow, and he just stood at the foot of my bed, and that was one night. Then the next night it was the pressure, like you feel someone climbing onto your bed, and it was this pressure the entire night. And then at some point, like, I felt it like above me. I couldn't move my body. Like, it was just this heavy, like if an elephant was sitting on your chest. Like, horrible. And then the night after, I had this nightmare where I was resting on a table and I kept asking my mom's friend. I was looking at her, I was like, I need your help, please help me, please help me, please help me, they're biting me. And then when I look at myself, like I'm looking at me dreaming, and when I look under the table, there's these little animals, biting at my legs.
The fuck? Blood
everywhere. It was super, like, dramatic, it was horrible, and I wake up the next morning and it almost looked like a rash, like I had all these red dots all over my body. And that just kept happening. And then I remember I went with my cousin at the time. She was seeing this lady, que era santera. And she just took me with her, right? So she took me with her and we had to wake up super early. It was like at 4 a.m. We sat there and it was like a line of people in their cars outside of her house. It was this house that was all painted white. And at like 5 a.m, she came out, gave everybody numbers, and when she was done with the numbers, whoever didn't get a number had to leave. And so you walk in, and it was like this den, and she had like a table with this ragdoll looking thing, a whole bunch of candles. Like, I'm already like, I'm telling my cousin, do you see the doll? I swear to God, that doll is moving. Like, I have no idea. Yo estaba ahí como que, my mom is gonna kill me.
I'm trying to get myself into.
Basically. But it was, you know what? It was an experience until this day. I will never take it away because I had that experience. Anyway, so I go into this room. I don't even know if I'm supposed to be sharing this, but I'm going into this room. And it's me and I don't know what they call her, but the lady, is what I'm calling her. And she has this clear, there's very few interaction. I say hi, she says hi. She kind of asks me, kind of like a doctor situation, right? She's asking me what's been going on, what brings me here. And I explain everything. And then all of a sudden, it's something with this clear bowl of water. And she's like, and then she just starts kind of going like this. And it's just this crazy whole like moment where I'm just literally... like, it's just what the fuck across my forehead this whole time, and all I'm thinking is, am I gonna be okay? Like, but also like, very much intrigued, porque hay un lado mío that's just very much intrigued by this whole, like, pagan, occult side of the sad. Like, I kind of, like, play on the line, I have to stop doing that. But that's not the point. The point is that all of a sudden, she stops, she grabs, like, a pencil, and she starts to write this whole big scribble like this. And I'm looking, and her eyes are in the back of her head is back, and her neck is all back, and she's kind of like, and it's a whole thing. And then all of a sudden, she comes to, and she says, "You're going to be okay. Take this receta." She made me a receta, but there was nothing, like, there was nothing to be said there. I don't know what it was a scribble. But they know, I guess. And she gave me this paper. She said, go to the Botanica, and the Botanica's here, like, they're kind of like the pagan stores where you can get your rosaries, your candles, your different types of waters, your anything to do any kind of brujaha kind of thing, right? I mean, they also sell religious stuff, but it's more, and más como pagano.
Yeah.
And if you come, you have to go to Botanica. That's an experience. I like going just to go. Pero realmente, so we went, so right after, we go to the Botanica, to this random one in a completely different town from where we went to see this lady. And I go in, I kind of walk around, and we ended up leaving. I don't know why I didn't give him the paper, I didn't do anything. And then this guy follows me out of the store, and he goes, like, he tries to talk to me, and already like, ay, whatever, bye, como que no me vengas a tirar piropos, no, like, I don't want to hear it. That's what I'm thinking he's gonna do. And he's like, oh, I know your right knee hurts, which had been a knee que me había lastimado. I fell and I hurt myself. And he's like, I know you have a back pain on your lower left side. Like, things that are so specific that I'm like, cabrón, what? Como que, who is you? I don't understand. Como que, anyways, the point was, él me dice como que yo sé que tú no andas sola. Like I know that you're having some problems right now. Making reference to the spiritual problems that I had been having. He's like, it's gonna be okay. He gave me his number. He's like, come and see me. I went into the botanica. I got the things that the lady told me. I didn't actually follow through with everything. I only went halfway because right when I had to, I think the last thing was pour ice cold water over yourself, and I struggled. It wasn't over. It was take an ice cold bath, so I had to sit in it, and I was like, and then it was gonna be what was going to like finish the process, and I was like, what if I finish this and like there's like an explosion, something happens, like I'm thinking I'm doing some serious shit. So anyways, as per true to form, I didn't commit and I didn't finish it. Pero yeah, no, it was crazy. And a couple of weeks later, I actually ended up going to this guy's office, but it was super weird. It looked like this abandoned building, and I'd go inside, and it was like a movie. I just go inside, there's like random music playing in the background. All of a sudden, this lady comes to the reception, and she's like, sí, fulano gave me this card. He said to come by. And she was like, okay, don't go away. Give me a moment. It's just so weird. And she left, and about 5 minutes passed, and it was so long, those 5 minutes felt, that I just booked it. I was like, I don't want to know what's behind that door. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Like, what if this guy's going to chop me up into little pieces? I didn't bring anybody with me. So, obviously, I chickened out. Y me fui pa'l carajo. And I don't know how my mom found out, but she found out about it when she came back. And she, you know, she had her opinions or whatever, but I explained actually why what was happening. And I remember that she brought my dad to me, my grandfather. And he was like, he told me everything that was happening. And he was like, don't worry, this is never going to bother you ever again. And it never did. Like, it was the first good night's sleep. So I don't even know what he did. You know, maybe some, pero, sí, no, and I feel like every experience that I have had since then with the spiritual world has always been aggressive, has always been violent, has always been, como que I attract, I don't know if it's like,
no sé, I mean,
the angry one.
The only thing
which is why I'm trying to clean my spiritual
would be like
energy.
the sounds, but even then, I think the things that I've heard were more sort of attention seeking rather than
like. Have you ever had to jiggle your door?
I've had
like manically así to try and get in. Those are the ones I get.
Not like that. No, I get like thumps.
Oh. No.
Like knocks, but not knocks. Like a lazy knock. I don't know how to explain.
Yeah,
like a thump.
Boom.
Yeah. There was one time.
I'm picking.
Al principio, cuando me mudé aquí al principio, que me pasaba. See, don't you remember?
I remember you've had.
I would hear this door and then the door upstairs. Without Rafa being here.
Right. That's when I would have gone back to my parents' house.
But never like super. I've never felt in danger or anything. I feel like I don't.
Right. No, I usually. I guess that. I don't know, but I think it's important.
I used to get a lot of sleep paralysis, but.
Oh, those are horrible.
Yeah.
Those are horrible.
It's been a while.
I think it's important too to keep your just energy clean and like work on keeping your spaces. Like I no longer feel anything. Once I cross the door to my room, I don't feel anything in there. But it's pure chaos outside. I tell you, it's pure chaos outside that door. At my bathroom, I'm actively working to make my bathroom a clean space energetically. Like, it's quite beautiful. But anyways, I digress. Do we know of any super haunted places here? Like,
I actually don't.
Well, I know Tapia.
But they proved that. But they proved that to not be. On that show, they proved it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get any.
No, I thought.
No, it actually ended like that. They did an episode in Ghost Hunters.
Right, where
And
he ran in the middle of, oh, maybe I didn't finish seeing.
No, they did the whole thing and the whole theater and they didn't find anything. They like heard some stuff, but they never.
Right.
But it's always been sort of known to have some shit.
I know there's a lot of abandoned structures here and things that.
They say in Normandy. Sometimes you can find some weird
shit.
I'd
be afraid to go in there though.
Hotel.
I feel like it's just like.
But I'm not sure.
And there's a couple of no hay como un psych ward que está abandonado. We should find some of these abandoned places and visit them during the day.
Day or night really doesn't matter.
No. No, it does matter. It does matter. You go visit
them. If we bother
abandoned
spirits, we're gonna bother them at any moment.
Yeah, no, but I mean more like, for me, my mental health, going to visit an abandoned. You remember that last time we went to go on that photo shoot that we went to that abandoned place that had the public library?
Oh, yeah.
And it was daytime, and we were like freaking out to go inside.
Yeah.
So imagine that at night.
No, because I just feel like there could be some...
No, I just can't.
I just imagine some, like...
That's why I'm saying we should go visit them during the day. I think we should go on a little field trip and do a little research and find some abandoned.
For sure.
We can definitely vlog that.
Have you ever tried to do some actual spells?
Yes.
Don't laugh.
Definitely. I just laughed because
for sure.
I remember, okay, my first spell ever was... Oh my god. We're hearing noises here now. We're freaking out. Inspector's leaving. So my first spell ever, I remember, I used to always, like, I would Google...
Wait.
What?
Wait. What was your reason to, like, do spells? Like, how did you get into the actual... Wiccan situation? Like, did you look for information about what it was like to actually, do spells? Or did you just go right into the spell for this?
No, there was some research to be had.
You always do the research because even if you, basically you're just dealing with energy. So whatever.
Let's hear from the expert.
No. I was just teaching.
No, yes. Go ahead.
Because I had a moment where I bought a book of shadows. I have it on the Kindle.
Okay, are you going to tell us your spell story?
No, I mean, so it was after my breakup.
I'm glad you asked me my spell story.
I asked you. I wasn't fine, but just dale. How did you get into the whole thing?
Well, I researched the thing was I was always kind of like a weird, vibey kind of kid, NT ways. And so, yeah, I used to always do weird, random...
Rafa. Oh.
What?
Pose.
Oh my god.
I was so scared.
I almost lost my shit. Héctor Puñeta.
Es que dije, Puñeta, Rafa se fue, no contestó.
Alright, so clearly we're both a bunch of scaredy cats.
Yes. So, again.
Anyways, basically, I used to always be weird. I used to always do, like, I'd create these little, like, natural ofrendas out of things I would find in nature. And then I would leave them as gifts. I was always doing like random shit like that, so I think it was just a natural progression that I'd be into the witchy shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, I think maybe it was like movies and shit that I was like, oh, this needs to happen. And I am the witch. I need to.
I'll be very honest. Yes, honestly.
Yes. I was like.
For sure. Yeah.
I am the witch. Like, come to me. Let me give
come
you
to me.
what
you
need.
That was definitely it. I went through a breakup, right? 2018, and I was very depressed. And it happened like 2 or 3 months before Halloween, right? So October rolls up, and I'm just
always around October.
I'm watching, I'm already watching Sabrina, and I get into it really hard, and this is when like the new Sabrina came out, so then I'm like, I'm a witch, like I want to, like, for sure.
Right, absolutely.
But also, I was really just looking to.
Where's my broom?
I was really just desperate to look.
He laughs because he probably had a broom. He probably had a wooden broom.
I mean, they sell those at Home Depot. I've been dying to buy them.
Every time I see them, like, I should just get one.
And
you had a break.
Oh no, yeah. So I was really just desperate to look for a way to just try to shift the energies up. That was really what I was looking for. A way that I could maybe just, shed some stuff, and I guess I'm a spiritual person, because then I wouldn't look to some sort of stuff.
Right.
I mean, I'm just not particularly religious.
Right.
I did pray a lot of the times, but I'm not.
Right, but that's also learned.
See, for sure, that's very.
We grew up on that. We grew up on.
But anyways, I was just looking to not just shed negative energies that were very much consuming me. Pero, to say, I did the whole research. I delved into it. I got into it. I bought the book, and so what I was saying is, this whole thing is about energies, right? So whatever you put out there, whatever energy you want out there, whatever energy you want somewhere, whatever energy you want inside of yourself, it's a big deal. So you can't just do something to do it, and you can't do anything for evil intent or selfish
Well, and you have to be very clear of, that's the thing, of your intention when you go into something. So
like, there's definitely ways that you can conjure up to give energies of making someone love you or whatever, but that's not very recommended.
And you can also conjure up some stank ass shit.
Stuff like that is not recommended, because they will come back to you.
Well, and here's the thing, there's also free will, it's not realistic, like, people have free will.
That's why there are spells for love spells, whatever you want to call it, isn't it?
Right.
That's why they're there, but
go buy those pheromone perfumes and shit.
También, there's one that most of them require physical. Some sort of physical.
My first spell, I think, was to try and change my eye color, so there was a lot of.
Kelly went for the
physical.
For the movie type spells.
Right, I did. But my second spell was to try and, I remember it was like when all my friends were dating, and then I was also, I wouldn't say I was like behind, I was just not into what everyone was into. So when the girls were into the dating, bitch, it's because you were gay. Like, you didn't know.
Oh, right.
But I wasn't I was into other things. I was focused on other things. Anyway, so there was this guy that I was low-key kind of into. And I remember my friend's sister, who was also into spells, and she had a book of shadows. She was like...
You can make a book of shadows yourself, or you can get one from someone else.
WTF.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, the point is, I had this, she had this book of shadows, and she gave me the spell. Like, she was like, all right, we're going to do this spell where he's going to call you, and it was a 3-time spell, so you had to repeat it 3 times. Aciertado, and I was like, it was something like that, and really what we didn't realize, that it's like energy. It's like you're moving, you're shifting energy, you're focusing on something, and you're manifesting for it to happen. And that's the first experience I had with a spell actually working. I had done that spell, and then I think 3 hours later, he called me. The phone rang, and I was like, oh my God, I'm a witch! I'm a fucking I got serious powers, pero
it definitely works.
See,
I mean,
I'll
be honest, it'll work if it just really needs to be inside of you. Like, you need to really
you have to
want
really
the right
want
thing.
it.
You might think you want to change your eye color, but
that's not it.
Bitch,
it's not it.
You need to, and also, no, we don't do communication with dead. That's not a thing.
Well, at some point, used to
But
as well.
That's a bad age.
Before,
you can open some shit and you don't.
Right. That's before you don't really understand what you're doing, and you're like, I'm gonna communicate.
Pero
with
if you, it's all about manifesting.
Right.
A positive.
It's
thing.
really,
you can manifest negative energy.
Spells are is energy work. What you're really doing is energy work. So you have to be honest about it. You have
intertwined
to
with
it needs
like
to come
sort
with
of
a very
nature energy.
pure,
I feel like because sometimes you need to either there's some spells that only work when it's raining. There's some spells that only work when you have some sort of leaf in front of you.
Claro, and it's knowing when to tap into the energy at the correct time. But it's all energy. We're all energy. So what we're learning to do is how to manipulate that energy to our favor, right?
My first one was to eliminate heartbreak.
Oh my God! Yes, we've all been there.
I mean, that was the stupidest.
I feel like spells usually come around when they have to do with love, heartbreak.
See, either way,
like, those are the first.
For sure. Either way, that was the first one I did without still having a lot of knowledge. So igual, eventualmente, because I did it for like 2 or 3 months. Y depende del tiempo, all I really did were like mental clarity spells.
Okay, wait. Is there anything that you currently do that could be considered kind of witchy?
I haven't done anything. Once.
But like even daily rituals that are low key, kind of spelly, kind of witchy. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Like for example, I like to clean my space. So as I'm cleaning my space with whatever kind of smoke element, a lot of people use sage, some people use Palo Santo, incense, whatever kind of smoke element you want. You can use freaking blunt, like it doesn't matter. Like it's the idea of that smoke is used to cleanse, like burning fire, smoke. So I'll walk around and I'm like chanting whatever, blah blah blah. Like it naturally kind of just organically happens, whatever bruja shit kind of happens, but even that ritualistic behavior, like I used to have this thing where I would every morning, bien temprano en la mañana, like Dewey, I would take off my socks, I'd walk outside and I'd step on the ground. And it's like connecting to the source, and that's also like that bruja energy shit. Like I feel like we practice it daily and we don't realize that we're doing it.
Exacto.
So for sure, I feel like there's things that you probably do like every day that are kind of
I also tried to do some. I tried to give back like love luck a una persona. That's what I learned when you can't. Don't.
You tried to do a spell for somebody else.
Don't do any type of spells for love, okay?
Right. No, it should not be.
Así, por lo menos mi cuchara te lo dice. In that part, they're like.
I've never had it. Here's the thing. My mom has always been like.
The thing is, you can do it yourself.
My mom's like, I told you to stop fucking around with that bruja shit.
You can, for sure. If you're not gonna really take it that seriously, don't. Pero.
Yeah. You can open. You can open up doors that you never really wanted to open.
Right. You can make your own. You can make your own book, and you can make your own
book, your own spells.
Some, like, if you already have a spell that's been already manifested a lot of times, the energy already exists in the world.
Yeah. I feel like get a freaking notebook.
Right.
Blank pages, nothing, black pen, and start writing out them spells.
Some of them rhyme. Yes, it's a thing.
They can rhyme. They can be catchy. Some of them don't.
I think that's my favorite part. I'll be fucking honest.
I feel
I love being all like.
We should all harness our inner brujas this Halloween because
let's all do a piece. Let's all do a world peace spell, man. Let's all do fucking. Because.
We need it.
2020,
We need it. All right.
So this was fun.
I'm excited for more.
Yes.
Bruja things to come. Halloween. Let me put my cape back on.
Halloween, pink banana bash.
Oh my God, we should.
We'll see how we'll do that with pandemic.
So
get
those happy moments. Thank you for listening.
Going.
Thank you for watching.
Stay tuned for all the Halloween content.
Oh, yeah.
And follow us on social media. The link is down below. And for those that are listening to us on the Spotify and other streaming platforms, the link is on the description.
Yeah,
to all
don't
of
forget
our,
to like,
all of our
comment,
stuff.
subscribe wherever that button is.
Follow,
And catch
review.
us on the next one.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Right.